What's going on YouTube? It's your girl Mercedes Gang, you feel me? The gang, because we don't come with no price tag, period. Anyways, y'all, my bad. I'm a little hyped up. It's my brother's 24th birthday, you know what I'm saying? So we turn up. But I'm back with another little reaction video. Man horrified after learning cousin's evil secret. Now I'm not sure exactly what is going on, but anyways, y'all, let's just get, I'm not even gonna say too much let's just get straight into the video because I'm curious. Please like, share, and subscribe.
After she was shot.
Okay.
Somebody put the bag.
I'm like, Tish, get on up, man. Come get on the sofa. She don't like, Tish. And I say, Tish.
Oh my goodness. What the fuck?
Locked up?
I don't know.
Dude, we gotta call outside. We're gonna make it sure or not.
$10.32.
Outside for me.
Hey! Hands! Turn around, face away from me. Uh-huh.
And then I touched her hand, and she was ice cold.
Yeah.
When I noticed that she had the bag over her head, and she had the gun right beside her.
Yeah.
So,
This is Clarence Willis. He had just come home from a night shift at work, but what he didn't realize or even expect is that there was a dead body lying just feet from where he was sleeping, but someone was still in the house. But as the investigation progressed, Clarence's version of events and demeanor was making less and less sense to the police. So officers began to question whether Clarence was not as innocent as he first appeared to be.
Oh shit. This not looking good. This is not looking
I
good.
get tired of this shit. Every year, they let me down. Shit, come on, man. Rise up.
On January 26, 2019, at 8:21 a.m. in Athens, Georgia, the Clarks County Sheriff's Office received an odd 911 call from a man claiming he just stumbled upon something horrific.
yeah, can I get an ambulance to 274 Avenue?
What's the problem?
I think somebody up in there dead, man.
You think somebody's dead?
Yeah.
Who you think's dead?
My cousin's girlfriend.
Why you think that?
Yeah, when I did that, I said, I had got out of work. I went to the bathroom and she laying in the floor with a bag over her head and a gun beside her. I don't know what the fuck happened. Get the shit out of me. She got a bag over top of her head.
Is she breathing? Did she shoot herself?
I'm not sure.
Do you see blood?
Yeah.
From what the police knew so far, the 911 caller named Clarence Willis knew the woman that he found dead, called Letitia Gresham, as she was his cousin's girlfriend, yet he didn't mention anyone else being in the house. So the questions immediately arose. Was this a suicide, or did someone do this to her? What the police knew so far was that Clarence seemed quite calm and unsurprised with what he discovered, raising suspicion around him.
Yeah.
But they couldn't determine anything until they examined the scene and spoke to Clarence.
But
so
I
they
don't
rushed
know,
to the location Clarence gave them. But what they ended up discovering was far worse than they had anticipated.
I don't know.
Locked up?
I don't know.
Dude, we gotta call outside. We're gonna make it sure or not.
Door wide open, unlocked. It's dark in there with the
When the first responding officers entered the house, it didn't take them long to see the woman's body lying in the
So she
dark
was just
hallway
right
of the
there in the
house,
hall, yeah.
just like Clarence described. But what none of them knew yet was that they were not alone in that house.
All right, we've got a closed door in the hallway here. 10:32.
But what happened next took the police officers completely off guard.
Outside for me.
Hey! Hands!
I got hands up.
Turn around, face away from me. Put your hands on top of your head.
10-3, 10-3.
Cuff him. Just move him back. Is anybody else in this house?
I'm sorry, I was about to asleep.
You're asleep? 70 to 35. We got one apparently signal 7. We got somebody in the bedroom that she was right next to. 1032 on the floor. We're gonna need CID.
Knowing someone like you, watching this video, you probably want to see this deceased body,
Huh?
right?
Oh, no, teach
But
his own, teach
for
his
entertainment
own.
purpose is hidden. Lincoln Marion Adkins Jr. make his the boyfriend of the deceased woman. Police were quick to arrest him after he failed to make his presence known as they entered the house. And being found in such close proximity to the crime scene did not paint a good image in the minds of the police. But this case was far from simple, as the police will soon discover. The body lying in front of them was confirmed to be 36-year-old Letitia Gresham, and as we will hear later from Clarence, the reason why he was acting so calm in this horrifying situation completely shocked the officers. To no one's surprise, Letitia was confirmed dead on scene. Pay attention to how the police mentioned rigor mortis. What this meant was Letitia's body had already entered the stage of muscle stiffening after death. This is crucial, as it shows the police that Letitia has actually been dead for a few hours before their arrival.
I was gonna say,
But
it
what
looked like
police
she probably been there for a minute.
still needed to determine was how Clarence was involved in all of this. Because as of now, they weren't too sure if he was completely innocent.
Got some wet blood on the side too.
Where?
On the like when you lifted back, you got wet blood right there.
Yeah, and there's dried blood right there.
All right, what else we know clear still?
Splatter up here. I looked through there. I think we're good on clearing for people. Did you check that closed door on the right now?
I went to check and you yelled hands.
Yep.
Which department?
Sir, can I ask you to please step outside? We'll come talk to you in just a moment. This is just full of junk. I don't even think I could get back in here to check it thoroughly if I wanted to.
I was here sleeping here. That just makes no sense.
As the police suspected, the bed did not look slept in at all like Marion claimed, making him look even more suspicious to the police. But they also still needed to speak to Clarence, and what he ended up telling them would completely shock them.
Looks like we have fresh urine in the toilet.
Okay.
What's your 20?
Yeah. Can we talk to you?
Yo. Right now, baby. I'm sorry.
The police saw Clarence was in no rush to talk to them, despite being the person who found the dead body in the first place, which did not paint a good image for the police.
Let me get your name, bud.
Clarence Willis.
Willis? Okay, there you go. What do you know about this? You just came over here, or what?
Nah, see, I work at nights now.
Uh-huh.
So I left about 9 o'clock last night.
Last night, okay.
Yeah.
You live here?
Yo, I've been staying here for a couple of weeks with my cousin.
Okay. Your cousin's the one we
Yeah, right.
took out in handcuffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I get out of work about 5. Well, I work in Airport, so it took me about 45 minutes to get here.
You work in Elberton.
Park, yeah. So,
Okay.
when I got here, I knocked on the door. I knocked on the door because I was finna leave because he just disrespectful as fuck, and I ain't want to get myself in no shit. So I think they ain't gonna help you back. So when I got here this morning, I called my cousin, his sister, and she came here and let me in about 5 o'clock. So,
At about 5, got let in?
yeah, about 5 o'clock.
Pay attention to the shock in the police's voice when clarifying that Clarence came inside the house at around 5 a.m. Because keep in mind, Clarence called the police at around 8:30 a.m.
Okay, that's what I was
meaning
about
he
to say.
spent
Wait a
hours in
minute.
the house with the dead body. And this is something the police would stay suspicious of later on.
Bro,
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
that is very weird. What the
Came
fuck?
in the house and sees her laying there.
I don't know.
But
How was she laying?
How do you?
just
No.
exactly like that.
I haven't got it.
Oh,
yet.
she's like
I'm
head-
trying to
head's-
decide
He knows
whether or not I
something.
wanna walk in.
head's facing
At
that
this
way,
point.
and she's just laying kind of prone with her hand up here like this, and the gun's right there by her head.
So, how is it possible he did not see the dead body in the hallway?
So what? You didn't see her laying there at 5?
I seen her laying though, but at that time I was thinking that they were arguing, and she probably was outside or whatever. I ain't think to pay attention to what was going on with the bag or anything like that because I just got right here and just laid down. You know what I'm saying?
So you came in at 5, you saw her laying back there, but you didn't think anything of it?
Because she normally, I mean, when they get to arguing, she'll be
nervous.
laying outside the door, and you know what I'm saying, he'll open the door and then she'll come in or whatever.
Okay.
So that's
So
like
it's
a
not
normal-
unusual for her to be laying on the floor like that?
But see, I never paid attention to what she had over her head.
Okay.
So
Did you go back there to check or no?
the first time I went back and checked is when I went back to use the bathroom, and then that's when I noticed that she had the bag over her head and she had the gun right beside her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after that, I don't know anything else.
And is that when you called us?
That's crazy.
Immediately when you saw it?
Wow.
Okay. Who's that we have in the car?
His name is Marion Atkins.
And who is she?
Her name is Letitia Gresham.
She lives here?
Yeah, they go together.
She lives here with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
As the police were trying to grasp the situation with Clarence, at the end of the closed-off road, large groups of people started to hover around, desperate for answers as to what was happening. Finally, Clarence was about to reveal the chain of events that ultimately led up to Letitia's death. And it was worse than expected.
What was going on between the two of them when you left at 9?
Nothing. When I left at 9, see, he had been disrespectful. See, he had on been so disrespectful to my girl. You know what I'm saying? We come down the car, he grabbed her on the booty. So I'm like, hey man, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? You know what I'm saying? I was like, look, I don't know what your problem is, home, but I got them, went right here to my fifth pocket. I gave him the key back. I said, look, I'm just gonna come when I get out of work. I'm just gonna come get my shit. I'm gonna get the hell on, cause
You've been staying here for a couple
This
weeks,
is crazy.
yeah. So I'm telling him I ain't gonna let him trick me.
The fuck?
You know what I'm saying? So I jump in the car and go to work.
So he was disrespectful because he didn't like your girl?
No, I think he wanted to have her or whatever, because, you know what I'm
So
saying?
he
Like,
said grabbing
what's
up
he
on her.
touching for?
Yeah.
Okay. And you were planning on moving out at that point. You just didn't want to deal with them?
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with him.
So you gave him the key back,
I gave him the key
but then you went to work.
I went to work.
And when you came back here, who let you in?
His sister,
His sister?
Yeah.
Who's she?
Aretha.
So far, what the police knew was that there was some sort of argument in the house the night before the murder, involving Marion, Letitia, Clarence, and Clarence's girlfriend. Clarence claimed Marion smacked Clarence's girlfriend's butt, and it caused an argument, to which Clarence and his girlfriend left, leaving Marion and Letitia alone. But Clarence wasn't done with the story. The next part that he was about to describe shared detail that was quite hard to hear.
You need to come, you need to come down here right now, baby. She dead right now. All right. She better come down here too, because we both seen her laying there, you know what I'm saying? We were thinking that they, you know what I'm saying, he probably opened the door and let her back in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She never touched him, I never touched her either. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like real, it was pretty much cold as fuck when I got out of work. So
Yeah,
it was
sure.
Like about 20 minutes before she came and let me
So
in.
when you got here and you came in and you just saw her laying there and you laid on the couch, did Aretha come inside or she just opened the door for you?
She came inside, she wanted up her car because she was Ubering, and then me and her was talking about him.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, look.
Where was he? You never saw him, never heard him?
He kept acting like he was asleep with her. He's asleep right now. So we never thought any more about it because we never seen any blood or, I mean, she had a bag over her head.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's
Jesus.
Letitia Gresham. You and Aretha were just kind of in this front living room,
Yeah.
and she didn't think it was unusual either that Letitia was laying there?
No little, like, one
No.
thing I'm not understanding, like, y'all ain't give a little tap, hey, you good? Something, like, just literally on the floor. Oh. gosh.
Right before you called us is when you had to go to the bathroom, and you went back there, and that's when you noticed the bag.
Yeah, I'm like, Tish, get on up, man. Come get on the sofa. She was like, Tish. And I say, Tish.
Uh-huh.
And then I touched her hand, and she was ice cold.
Yeah.
Right over her.
So where was Aretha then?
She was gone. She left.
So she didn't stay that long?
Nah, she wound up her coffee.
That's crazy.
Talking, and I was
gosh.
telling her that I was gonna get my stuff and just leave in the morning when I woke up. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna be part of no bullshit.
All right, I got the story.
From what the police could see, Clarence was genuinely clueless when he first entered the house, but seemed to have genuinely cared for Letitia's well-being when coming to check on her to sleep on the couch. But unfortunately, he was met with something he would never be able to unsee. Nowadays, many are looking for crimes like these to be entertaining. Secret Case U completer, who was the one that let Clarence into the house, arrived at the scene and had some information to reveal that shocked the police. She began explaining the story.
I can't imagine, like, you going to use the restroom, passing by somebody, not thinking much of it, you know what I mean? And then you come back and you start to realize some things ain't looking right, and you try to, you know, and yeah, that is pretty traumatic. Oh, man.
From the moment Clarence called her to come and let him into the house.
So he asked me where I was. I told him I was on my way back, and I told him I come and let him in because I got a key. I called for Gene, but he said, what you want? I'm asleep. So I said, I ain't gonna worry about it. We'll talk tomorrow.
Oh, you did call him and talk to him.
Who, Gene?
Junior.
No.
When you got here and let Clarence in,
Gene was in the bed.
Junior was in the bed, and what?
That's what he said. I ain't go back there.
You called out to him though? Okay, and he answered.
He said he was asleep.
He said he was
I
asleep.
said I wasn't gonna talk to him. But Tish was laying on the floor.
Did you see her laying there? Okay. You didn't think that was unusual?
Hell, they fight all the time. Figure he just locked out. She bust out windows and stuff, try to make him let her in. I don't know what went on before we got here. All I know, she was in the house laying down. I ain't go back there.
You didn't go back there?
Marion's sister mentioned how Letitia had bust one of the windows in order to get into the house after a fight with Marion, which explained the broken window the police saw on scene, which got rid of any suspicion that this could have been a break-in. But the police found out interesting information about Letitia when they looked her name up in their database after speaking to Marion's sister.
Yeah, it looks like she might have warrants. Or 1382?
Yeah, she does. Felony charge jurors, domestic acts, previous assault.
Aretha was saying she threatened to burn down the house with mom in it or something like that. Letitia, she had felony warrants for terroristic threats.
She had?
Yeah, well, I mean, still has, I guess.
What's her name again?
Letitia Gresham.
According to the database and Marion's sister, Letitia had a drug and alcohol problem and supposedly had quite a few violent outbursts in the past. Now it was up to the police to make sense of this confusing story.
So, okay, here's the story that I have. That guy has been staying here for 2 weeks. The guy over here, Marion Adkins, he and Letitia are going together. Not 100% sure if they both live here or if what the situation is. I think so. He's been staying here for 2 weeks. He works at night. Had some kind of issue with Marion last night, like about his girlfriend or something, and said that Marion was being disrespectful, so he gave Marion the house key back and was planning on moving out, but he had to go to work. So he went to work at 9 last night, came back at 5 this morning, but didn't have a key to get in. So he called Marion's sister, who is Aretha Ballard, to come let him in the house. She lets him in. They both see Letitia laying on the floor back there, but they both think that Letitia and Marion just got in an argument and she was just sleeping out in the hallway. So nobody goes to check on her. They think she's just sleeping there. Clarence goes to lay down in the front. So Clarence goes to lay down in the living room. Aretha's here for a little bit, but she doesn't stay. She leaves. Then right now, before he calls, Clarence has to pee, so he gets up, goes to the bathroom, pees, and then goes to Letitia to say, hey, come sleep in the couch. But then that's when he notices she's got a plastic bag over her head. He taps her, she doesn't move. He touches the hand, cold, and then he sees the pistol, and that's when he called us.
Wow.
What about this dude right here?
All I know is that the back bedroom door right past her to the left was closed. We were clearing the house, and as I'm looking at her and Chap's clearing some of the other rooms, that door pops open, and I, you know,
we
turn him around and right. And so he says, oh, I don't know, I was just asleep, and that's all I've heard from him.
You can tell by the tone of the police officer explaining that he did not believe Marion's version of events, and that didn't seem to change throughout the rest of the case. However, as we're about to see, something about Clarence's story didn't sit right with the police.
Right before you called us is when you had to go to the bathroom, and you went back there, and that's when you noticed the bag.
Yeah, I'm like, Tish, get on up, man. Come get on the sofa. So I'm like, Tish. And I say, Tish.
Uh-huh.
And then I touched her hand, and she was ice cold.
Yeah.
And I came right up with her.
So where was Aretha then?
She was gone. She left.
So she didn't stay that long?
Nah, she wanted her coffee, and then we were talking, and I was telling her that I was gonna get my stuff and just leave in the morning when I woke up. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna be part of no bullshit.
The first responders to the scene were quite confused with making sense of this case, but after further investigation and questioning, they were certain about what took place that horrifying night. Yet, even though everyone else was confused, one of the medical examiners on scene was already certain that this was not a self-inflicted death, just by looking at Letitia's corpse.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I can tell it's not even that at all.
Okay. Somebody put the bag back. I got you. Yeah, whether it wasn't done before. Because it couldn't have. If she put the bag on her head before, it would have been right all the way down. This was just underneath, like they just slid it underneath the backside of her head as far as it would go, and then pulled it down across the top.
So you think somebody did that too?
Well, I don't know. I can't say somebody. I don't know if she, if she's, upset and having one of her fits, just takes the weapon and throws it up, just reaches up and says, pow, the bag was put over her head. I guess hoping all the blood would stay in the bag. But all the blood ran, a lot of blood ran out.
According to Letitia's cousin, who was questioned later in the investigation, around 2 a.m., Letitia called her and mentioned she was in a closet, and that Junior, aka Marion, was approaching, to which she abruptly ended the call.
What the fuck?
The cousin, concerned but hesitant,
What the fuck?
did not take immediate action.
She what?
The cousin, concerned but hesitant, did not take immediate action. And after the medical examination, the estimated time of death was between 3 to 4 a.m.
I'm so done.
Letitia died from a gunshot wound to the head, and evidence indicated it was not self-inflicted. Clarence was cleared of any suspicion after forensic and medical examination, and Marion was arrested. Marion's jury trial in June of 2021 argued how there was no signs of forced entry into the home. Contradictions in Marion's account of events and medical and forensic evidence pointed to homicide rather than suicide. Marion Adkins Jr. was convicted of malice murder.
Shit, come on, man. Rise up.
Wow.
Rise up. Rise up.
I could tell. Look at his eyes.
Watch the full video in my Patreon. Link in the description.
Easily, you can see it. Easily. Okay. Goodness. The cousin had a look in his eyes like he quite literally just saw a dead body. Poor man was in shock, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Poor Clarence, you know he was thinking, these cops aren't going to believe me. I'm glad they actually listened to him the way they did. There are still some good ones out there. No, for sure. And I ain't even gonna lie, in the beginning I was a little hesitant with Clarence, but then like after him telling the full story, I'm like, okay, hold on, this, shoot. See, nobody wants to see a DV. One can't unsee that, and Clarence looked like he seen a ghost. These cops are crazy. That man was minding his beautiful black business. I know, that's why I was like, damn. I know he was in shock. reaching out to your friends saying you're in danger like that, and they brushed it off. Tragic and sad, man. Shaking my head. That's what I was saying. I'm like, and I don't even think that was her friend. I think it was her cousin, something like that. I don't know, but that was just tragic. I'm like, you didn't do anything? I would have at least called the cops for a welfare check, but like, bro, you didn't do nothing? That's crazy. I'm still like, why? Anyways, you guys let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this video. I can't believe this shit. Oh man, that's devastating. May she rest in peace. And ugh. Anyways, of course you guys can also DM me at MercedesFi_ if you want me to react to any more videos like this. I'm just really condolences goes out to the family. You know, I know those neighbors at the end of the lot was probably really shocked to find out what actually happened here, especially being in the same neighborhood as the event. That's very scary. But yeah, once again, y'all, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all in another mother freaking video. Deuces.